Okay, I gave you a foldable in class today that looked like this, and you need to cut it out and trim it up and then fold the edges in so that it looks like this. This lesson is going to be angles formed by parallel lines cut by a transversal. And I am working on an iPad solution so that I'm not having to hold it, and it will be a little bit easier for me to do videos. But for right now, you're just going to have to deal with the shakiness. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is number your flaps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay? And those are going to correlate with the angles that are on our parallel lines and transversals. Little vocabulary for you. You know what parallel lines are. A transversal is just a line that cuts two parallel lines. So the picture that you have here is two parallel lines cut by a transversal. So I have some notes on here that I'm going to need you to copy over to yours. This section and this section are called the exterior sections. They're on the outside of the parallel lines. And then everything that lies inside the parallel lines is your interior section. Obviously, these are your parallel lines, so make your notes. And this line is your transversal. It crosses the parallel lines. Okay? So go ahead and make those 5 notes right now, and then we will move on. Okay. So there's several different angles that we can talk about. So in this case, we're going to talk about 3 different types: corresponding angles, alternate angles, and same side angles. And the language is kind of self-explanatory. If something is corresponding, it goes together. So in this case, they're in the same location in relationship to the parallel lines and the transversals. So if you look at angle number 1 right here on your flap, the corresponding angle would be an angle that is to the the left of a parallel line and above the transversal. So the corresponding angle would be angle 5. It is to the left of the parallel line and above the transversal. So you can go through and you can fill out the corresponding angles for all your different angles. For angle 2, it is to the right of the parallel line and above the transversal. It corresponds with angle 6. So you'll put angle 6 under flap number 2 for corresponding angles. Angle 3 is to the left of the parallel line and below the transversal, so it corresponds to angle 7. Angle 4 is to the right of the parallel line and below the transversal. It corresponds to angle 8, and so on with the other side as well. So if 1 went with 5, then 5 goes with 1. And I will zoom in closer on each flap and let you copy it in a moment. When we talk about alternate exterior angles, alternate opposite sides, right? So draw this to help you remember. ALTERNATE, alternate. We're alternating sides, and that's exactly what we're going to do with our angles. So angle 1 is above, so the alternate angle would be below. So this is above and on the left. We're looking below and on the right, and it says exterior, so it needs to fall into our exterior zones here. If you want to color code your interior and exterior, I feel like that really helps. Okay, so angle 1 and angle 8 are alternate exterior angles. When we talk about same side exterior angles, obviously those are the angles that are on the same side of the parallel lines and on the exterior section. So for angle 1, same side exterior angle would be angle 3. So zooming in, your flap should say corresponding angle is angle 5, alternate exterior angles are 1 and 8, and same side exterior angles are 1 and 3. For angle 2, it's going to be alternate interior angles because 2 is an interior angle. Alternate, bottom, right, angle 7. So 2 and 7 are alternate interior angles. Same side interior would be 2 and 4. So angles 2 and 4. So pause the video, go through and try to fill out the rest of the flaps yourself, and then start the video again to check your work. So for angle 3, flap 3, hopefully you got the corresponding angle was angle 7. The alternate exterior angles were 3 and 6, and the same side exterior angles were 3 and 1. For angle 4, flap 4, corresponding angle was angle 8. Alternate interior angles were 4 and 5. Same side interior angles are 4 and 2. For angle 5, corresponding was angle 1, alternate interior was 5 and 4, same side interior was 5 and 7. For angle 6, corresponding was angle 2, alternate exterior was 6 and 3, same side exterior was 6 and 8. For angle 7, we have corresponding with angle 3, alternate interior 7 and 2, same side interior 7 and 5. And for angle 8 corresponds to angle 4, alternate exterior 8 and 1, same side exterior 8 and 6. So make sure you have all that filled out. And then here is the practice side. Let me make it a little clearer. There you go. Pause the video, write all this down, and then answer the questions and fill it out before class tomorrow. The title for this one is Parallel Lines Cut by a Transversal, and these assignments should have been on pages 9 and 10. All right, make sure you come to class with any questions tomorrow.